Why do I only have one sock on? Ugh. I'm back! I'm back to making theories for you guys and Disney dudes and being annoyed by a bunch of stupid freaking plush toys. We haven't heard from them in a while either. Haven't heard from them since summer last year. Me, I've just been playing Smash and Kingdom Hearts. But I have been busy. Busy, for instance, working on this theory. Not really, actually. So, The Walking Dead. As you can tell from that cute little bit earlier, we're talking about zombies and stuff here today. Oh wait, walkers. We're talking about walkers. Just call them zombies. So, anyway. I do not watch The Walking Dead. I know that Rick recently ended his run on the show. As far as my knowledge, the show didn't end. Just Rick as a character ended. So, yeah. What type of theory is there about The Walking Dead? Oh, yeah! The characters always seem to be good. They seem to be always killing them zombies or walkers, whatever, like beep, 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 beep. But somehow, walkers still manage to sneak up upon them. How is that possible with their reflexes? Well, is it possible that they're going deaf? Okay, here's a shocker to no one. Loud things damage our hearing. They can affect it pretty loudly. And sound is measured in decibels. So anything to about 75 decibels is pretty okay to hear. Now, 85 decibels is where it starts to get a bit more loud, and over 100 decibels is when it physically hurts to hear. Now, that's not saying that anything over 85 decibels is dangerous for your hearing, and you should pretty much just stop. It pretty much means that you should be a bit more careful around the things that you're hearing. Like, for instance, if you're in a conversation or in traffic, or you're watching a Jake Paul vlog, those are usually above 50 decibels. Pretty much above 50. So, you might be wondering, what does all this have to do with The Walking Dead? Well, here's another shocker to no one. Guns are loud, and the characters in this zombie show uses guns a bit often. And guess what? They usually do them when they're pretty much really close to their ears. So they're pretty much just ruining their hearing by doing this. Especially you, Ricky boy. Rick's gun is over 160 decibels. 160 more to be precise. That's probably why you should start writing scripts for these film buffs. I'm too good for scripts. So, could this be true? Are Rick and everyone else losing their hearing? I told you, I don't watch this show. Well, kinda. it would explain why they keep on, well, not noticing walkers. Now, there are two characters who don't use guns at all. And as far as I can tell, they probably are able to seek out walkers a lot quicker than the people who do use guns. Now why? Because their weapons are safe. And I bet a lot of you watching this right now are probably like, what about people in the army? They have guns up to their face all the time. Well, they actually wear these special things, these headphone things that pretty much protect their hearing when they're in battle or practicing, whatever. As far as we can tell, Rick and them don't have it, so yeah. Will everyone else lose their hearing? I don't know, because I do not watch the show. And plus, I don't care, so I'm gonna go home! And wait, I am home! And yeah, I pretty much believe this theory. I think it's possible. It's a fun little theory. Yeah. Little voice crack there. It's a fun little theory. I think it's cute. It's nice. And let's face it, it's pretty dope. It's like I'm just trying to sound as cheesy as possible. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and disappear for another 7 months. Bye! I have a question for you. Scooby-Doo, where are you? I'm over here, Raggy. Scooby-Doo. Here's a fun fact. This year, Scooby-Doo turns 50. 50! I mean, in dog years, if you're wondering how Scooby-Doo is still alive, I mean, he'd be a skeleton right now, man. Be skeleton. Be the same thing he's afraid of. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, theory. And Scooby-Doo has had quite a bit of theories over its 50-year run. Now, originally I was just going to do like one cute little Scooby-Doo theory. And yeah, we would do that. But I found an article. It was 15 different Scooby-Doo theories. And we are going to go over those theories in this video. And hopefully it will be fun. Alright, let's do this! Number 1, Shaggy is a pothead. This is actually one of those little joke things that you probably hear a lot. And like, oh, the way Shaggy acts makes him kind of stoner-esque. Which, yeah, I mean, it is like it's the 60s, man. My Shaggy really isn't the best impression I could do, but Raggy. But anyway, basically, simply on the way Shaggy talks and acts, basically, people think he's a stoner, and, well, yeah. It was the 60s when the show first aired, and fun fact, I'm pretty sure a lot of us know that the Scooby-Doo live-action movie was originally going to be more for adults. Well, Shaggy was supposed to be a full-blown stoner in that movie, so technically it's kind of fact. Alright, move on to the next one. Number 2, the gang lives in a post-economic collapsed country. Now, this is one that I assume a lot of you have actually seen before. Say, to my knowledge, this is one of the more popular Scooby-Doo theories out there. Say the original '60s series takes place in a post-economic situation, which is why a grand majority of the villains there were stealing money. So, yeah. It also explains why everything was abandoned. So, yeah. It's a decent theory. I think the theory is pretty good to describe the original series. And it might actually explain why a bunch of celebrities are just there hanging out with the gang in the new Scooby-Doo movies, like the Three Stooges, Don Knotts, the Harlem Globetrotters, Laurel and Hardy, and Batman. Number 3, Scooby-Doo exists in a universe where supernatural entities are real. Well, yeah. It's kind of fact. They encountered real-life vampires, ghosts, zombies, aliens. I mean, apparently they exist in the DC universe. If they exist in the DC universe, I'm pretty sure that supernatural entities exist, okay? And also, they crossed over with a show called Supernatural. I'm pretty sure they exist in a world where the supernatural is real. Number 4, Velma is a lesbian. She just hasn't come out yet. Okay, like the first one with Shaggy, this one actually has some bit of truth with it, with the original live-action movie. Because in the movie, it was supposed to be more adult, and so Velma and Daphne were going to have a lesbian relationship because they gotta go extreme, boy. We gotta get the adult Scooby-Doo. We gotta get some gay stuff, which would have been inappropriate in the '60s, but now even kids shows are doing that now, man. Then again, I really doubt that Velma is, in fact, gay, because most of the fact that Velma is gay is basically on what she wears. I mean, yes, because your sexuality is based on what you wear, or your personality or stuff. Like, this shirt is practically all black, which I guess means I'm an emo. And apparently it's basically on how she acts, like, around men and stuff. But I don't think this is what the creators were intended with the show. But obviously we can't ask them now because they're dead. There's going to be a much more stupid gay one coming soon. You better believe it! Number 5, Scooby snacks contain desperate drugs. I guess that's why Shaggy and Scooby, we love them so much. What? Number 6, the gang is dodging the Vietnam War draft. Again, this did take place around Vietnam, so I guess this kind of makes sense. Okay, I give claps to you, theory. You actually kind of make a little bit of sense. It kind of makes sense. Not like some of the other ones here. Number 7. Scooby pretends to be spooked but secretly solves the crimes before anyone else. Well, it is kind of weird at how Scooby still gets frightened by these monsters, even though 90% of the time it ends up being some dude in a suit. But hey. Well, yeah. I don't really know if he's pretending, but he does kind of do that. I don't really know, man. I don't really. No, Scooby just seems too dumb. He's a dog! He's a dog! One of his relatives is named Scooby Dumb. What do you mean by Scooby Dumb? They're all dumb. No. Number 9. Each episode is an acid trip. What? I mean, why does everything have to do with drugs? Why? Just why? No wonder there are episodes where Velma, Daphne, and Fred basically aren't with Scooby and Shaggy because they've been doing too much drugs. And the later seasons, Shaggy finally got off the drugs, which is why they're friends again. Or at least that's what I think this guy is trying to be like. So, yeah. Next one, please. Number 10, Scooby-Doo is a USSR experiment. You know, I actually heard this one before. See, the reason why Scooby is able to talk is because he was actually a USSR experiment. And the reason why the show is called Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Is because the people at USSR are basically trying to... It's saying that. That's why they call the show that. They're trying to find Scooby. But then again... Scoob has family, and they're all talking dogs. And let's just say that Scooby is another one of them, and he just has a speech impediment. Yeah. Although, fun fact, this theory is kind of similar to the next one. Number 11, Scooby was in a lab experiment and is now dependent on drugged Scooby snacks. Now, here's what's interesting about that theory. This theory may not be true in the universe of the show, but part of it is actually true in the Scooby Apocalypse comic book series, which is actually a pretty decent comic if you ask me. I haven't finished it yet, but what I've read of it is actually really good. And basically, Scooby is a lab experiment, and he's got this little thing, and that's how he's able to talk in the comics. Now, the whole thing about drugged Scooby snacks, screw that. Screw that, man. You can just give me some hipster Shaggy. Hipster Shaggy. Not stoner Shaggy, but hipster Shaggy. Hipster Shaggy is the Shaggy that I like. Next one. Number 12. The whole show takes place in purgatory. No. Number 13, Fred and Shaggy are in a gay relationship. Have you even seen the show? You morons! Shaggy is into tons of girls, and so is Fred. Plus, it was the 60s! You idiots! Number 14, the gang are on a paid escape room escape mystery tour. They tour themselves. And finally, number 15, the Mystery Inc. crew are in a cult. Yeah, they're obviously not just friends hanging out, going to weird places, catching bad guys, maybe encounter a real monster. They're definitely not that. No, they're in a cult. They were brainwashed, which is how they managed to stay teenagers for 50 freaking years. For 50 years being a teenager. A teenager for freaking years. 50 freaking years. They're in a cult. They're cults. They're cults. They're in their 60s. And they're fooled. They're fooled. Scooby isn't even a dog. He's a homeless person in a dog costume. Everything you know about Scooby-Doo is a lie. Everything you know is a lie. Didn't I just do a Walking Dead video? Well, I was going to look to see if there were any movies coming out that I could make tie-in theories for, but no, not this week. There is a Dumbo movie coming out next week, so I guess we can do that. So anyway, Christ, The Walking Dead. Rick is dead, but the walkers are still alive. So, basically, are the walkers dying? Basically. Matt, Pat, hopefully you'll be right. Hey, wait a minute! I don't need to ask questions about this, because the creator already confirmed this in Matt Pet's next film theory episode. Yeah, the creator of Walking Dead actually said that this theory was kind of true. I don't need to do this episode. I need a moment to just leave. Dumbo was a Disney movie released in the 40s, and now it's a new Disney movie released in 2019. The original one was animated, and the new one is live action. The live action one is coming out this week. It's time we make a video on the animated one. I'm not in my normal location. Let's talk about the movie. So, anyway, originally I was going to make a video on can an elephant actually fly? But then I was like, film buff?
Last call for all bus students. Last call for all bus students.
I'm out of school. But then I was like, film buff? You are not Matt Pat. You cannot do this. So I thought of doing something simpler. Are the pink elephants real? For those of you who don't know, there's a scene in the original Dumbo movie where Dumbo and his friend Timothy drink some water. But, unknown to them, a bunch of clowns have put some alcohol in the water. So, Dumbo and his friend get all nice and drunk. Only in the 40s where you can have a baby elephant get drunk. But this causes them to start hallucinating a bunch of pink elephants doing a bunch of weird stuff. They get their own musical number and everything. That actually, to me, is the most memorable part of the movie. So, and it just ends, and no one ever mentions it again. So, you're probably wondering, Boombo, they're clearly just hallucinating it. They can't possibly be real. Are you sure? In the Disney crossover show, House of Mouse, the pink elephants actually do invade a bunch of different Disney characters while they're just trying to enjoy their day, watch some cartoons, which, how can you watch cartoons and you're in a cartoon and they still look like regular cartoons? So, do the cartoon characters know that they're cartoon characters? Or wouldn't cartoons to them technically be live action? Wouldn't live action media be cartoons? Why are you trying to make me think, man? So, yeah. And besides, this is the Disney universe, where magic stuff happens. And to assume that the Kingdom Hearts games are canon to the movie, which they probably aren't, but for the sake of this theory, and since Dumbo hasn't had a world in Kingdom Hearts, but he was a summon in the first game, we're just going to assume that the Kingdom Hearts games exist in the same world or universe as the original Dumbo movie. So, yeah. Basically, in those games there are basically a bunch of pirate skeletons and evil heartless beings, a bunch of shadows, and talking snowmen, a bunch of talking stuffed animals, literal gods, the works. So, big pink elephants wouldn't really be all that weird if we're saying that it also exists within that universe. So, yeah. And to be fair, the movie never actually says that they're hallucinating. So, yeah. They could very well be just a bunch of elephants who are just so happen to be pink. Now, to my knowledge, there aren't actually pink elephants, but if it does, there can be multicolored skinned humans. I'm pretty sure there can be pink elephants. So, anyway, is this possible? Well, probably no. I mean, they are drinking alcohol, so it's very well possible that they are hallucinating. But then again, they never said that they were hallucinating, so I guess I can't just pretend it doesn't exist. So, anyway, hope y'all enjoyed it. This video. It was a bit of a weird one, and it was a video that I actually came up with, so yeah. It's been a while since I've done a video that wasn't a cartoon creepypasta. And I did in a new location. So, anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video. And I'm not sponsored by Disney or anything, but check out the new Dumbo movie. Welcome, friends, to the first installment of SpongeBob Month. basically, for the entire month of April, I'm going to be doing nothing but animated series related to SpongeBob. Of course, I can't do that with Disney because SpongeBob isn't owned by Disney. Yet. So, I feel like, I'm only doing this because May 1st will be the 20th anniversary of when SpongeBob first aired. So, might as well do a great big fat celebration before the 20th anniversary itself. What's weird is that Nickelodeon is waiting till July to celebrate the 20th anniversary. So, I don't know what's up about that. So, anyway, I feel like it would be most appropriate to start off SpongeBob month with probably the biggest mystery in the show's history. Hey, that rhymed! I'm Dr. Seuss now. And that question is, what the frick is the Krabby Patty secret formula?
Oh, the Krabby Patty formula. Making both kids and adults all over the world be like, so, throughout the show, we have been given subtle hints to what makes the formula to the Krabby Patty. In the season 3 episode, Plankton's Army, Plankton gets his entire family, with the exception of Karen, because Karen sucks, to help him invade the Krusty Krab to get the formula. And, to his surprise, he gets it. And he figures out this formula. A pinch of salt, 3 tablespoons of lettuce, a cup of love, and 4-pound ground plankton. Now, obviously the plankton part was just a little joke made up by Mr. Krabs. But there is one part of the recipe that we need to look at, because it is actually very important. And that is a cup of love. In the episode Plankton's Army, Growth Spout, Krabby Road, and even the second movie, Sponge Out of Water, love is mentioned as an ingredient for all of them. So, maybe the secret ingredient is a cup of love. We don't know if it's figuratively or literally is love, but I don't know. It's just a thought. Now, let's go over the basics of what goes on a Krabby Patty, which is a frozen burger, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, ketchup, mustard, and the secret ingredient. In the burger, you need flour, barnacle shavings, salt, turmeric, and chum. So, in the episode Friend or Foe, Krabs and Plankton actually create the Krabby Patty secret formula together. But Plankton only got one part of the recipe, which was chum. And chum is full of a really high sugars, and it's fish bait. Well, it's not full of high sugars. It's actually fish bait. It makes the fish feel good. But chum by itself is just disgusting. So I believe that chum mixed in with all the other ingredients can create the perfect burger for Bikini Bottom. And Plankton didn't know that he had the secret formula all along. He just needed to put it into a burger. But that's what I think. So, what do you guys think? Do you think that chum is the secret recipe? Or do you honestly don't care? And when did I change clothes? Comment down below. And this was only the first installment of SpongeBob Month. We still have 4 more episodes to go.
till we get to the final theory of the month, which will be another stupid creepypasta. Come on, I had to. And I will see you later. Welcome back to the second installment of SpongeBob Month. Yesterday, one of my longtime friends tried to kill me. Now I'm trying to look for Albardo. This food still tastes fresh. Anyway, welcome to the second installment of SpongeBob Month. Yeah, that SpongeBob things right here. The memes. Now, this little button of SpongeBob kind of looks like drug stuff, right? Well, here's the thing. Are the characters of SpongeBob on drugs? Okay, so this theory doesn't specifically say that all the characters are on drugs, but only a select few. That being SpongeBob, Patrick, Squidward, Mr. Krabs, and Mrs. Puff. First off, SpongeBob. Being incredibly energetic and happy, this theorist thinks that SpongeBob is on mushrooms or any type of hallucinated drugs. Next up is Squidward, constantly depressed and sad, and he is on heroin. Next are Mr. Krabs and Mrs. Puff. They're constantly paranoid and worried about everything, so they have to be on cocaine. And finally, Patrick. Oh, Patrick. An optimistic, gluttonous. Clearly, he's smoking the reefer. Is anyone else surprised that this guy didn't say that the characters are on seaweed? You get it? Seaweed. Yeah, there's a drink here too. It's really yellow, I think. It's still cold. Anyway, so I personally think that this is just a bit dumb. There really isn't a whole lot of evidence, and so I personally don't believe that the theorist thinks that the characters are actually on drugs. I think that one, he's just doing this to screw with all y'all's childhoods, and two, he's comparing them. He's comparing the characters to the effects that the drugs do to you, like hallucination and being paranoid. Also, I don't think Mr. Krabs only gets paranoid sometimes. Not all the time like Mrs. Puff does. So, yeah. I think Mr. Krabs is just simply... The case with Mr. Krabs is just regular old paranoia. Yeah. So, yeah. Seriously, they say, how come you didn't guess that the character of Scooter was on weed? So, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know, again, it wasn't at my normal location. And to be honest, I don't know how I got here the first time. I just ended up there. Somehow. I know why I'm here this time. I'm looking for Albardo. If someone out there knows where Albardo is, please tell me. I miss him. He's been gone for so long, and me and the guys just are wishing for him to return. So please, if you know where Alberto is, which is a long shot, I need you to do the best. To do the best you can to find him. And if you found him, please send it to me. Please notify me at What's New. Okay, bye. Today we are not going to be talking about a normal theory. Today we're going to be talking about lost media. Now, this isn't the normal creepypasta bullcrap. This is pretty much just something that may or may not exist. That is known as A Day with SpongeBob SquarePants. Now, some may say that this movie was already disproved to exist, but that is true. I just want to go over the story, because the story of this movie is truly an interesting one. So where do we begin? I believe we should begin when someone found an Amazon listing for a film known as A Day with SpongeBob SquarePants. It wasn't available for order. So, but a lot of people were curious on seeing this movie. But in 2012, a guy on Twitter was bragging about seeing the movie. So, this led many people to wonder, what is the deal with the SpongeBob movie? The film was apparently a mockumentary, an unofficial fan film that was not made by Paramount or Nickelodeon. The film would follow SpongeBob, who lives above the earth, who lives on the surface with all the other humans, and he's treated like a major celebrity. Although, here's the thing: SpongeBob's agent thinks he's going down, and in order to prevent that, he holds a contest. As a kid will spend the entire day with SpongeBob. So, this gives SpongeBob some great attention. The company that supposedly made this movie, which I forgot the name of, was known for making unofficial, cheap documentaries. Perhaps the most famous one is a Justin Bieber one, where they couldn't get the rights to use any footage of Justin Bieber or even get him himself, so they just interviewed a bunch of his fans. Although some people think that the poster of this movie is just some lousy art experiment, some people view this to be an actual movie, as explained earlier. For instance, there was a theme music that was created for the movie, and the official plot synopsis that I just described earlier. So, it wasn't until a couple years ago when the supposed director of this movie claimed that the film never even existed. He wanted to create the movie, but for legal reasons from Nickelodeon and Viacom, it never came to be. Or at least, that's what I got out of it. So, that is the simple story of A Day with SpongeBob SquarePants. There's a lot more to the story, but that's just it down a notch. And so, I hope you enjoyed this very different episode of Animated Theory. And now, if you excuse me, I got some more work to do. Huh. The camera's here. I guess I just figured out a way to entertain myself. How you doing, guys? And I'm in space. I know it might sound crazy, but yeah, I am in space right now. If you don't believe me, watch the video that was uploaded yesterday. Believe me, I'm in space. And it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But you know what's even more crazy? What we're going to be talking about today. So you know how Squidward from SpongeBob doesn't wear pants? Yeah, some cartoon characters just don't wear pants, like Donald Duck, Buster Bunny. It's usually the men who don't wear pants. When the women don't wear pants, they find it weird. So, probably wondering, why does Squidward keep walking around with his little tentacle out? Well, because the tentacles are his legs, that's why. But legit, this theory is proving why Squidward doesn't wear pants and why his nose looks the way it does. Have you ever wondered why Squidward doesn't wear pants? Well, this episode is going to be a bit mature if you couldn't already tell, so... Anyway, one of the most important things that we have to take from this theory is that the show's creator was a marine biologist. So, take that in mind when we're describing this. The theorist says that the reason Squidward doesn't wear pants is because he doesn't need to. His nose is actually his penis. Yup. And here's the thing. Real life octopuses, which is what Squidward is supposed to be, or octopi or whatever, actually have male octopi have their penises near their beaks. So, if this was intentional or not, then that means that Squidward's nose isn't a nose. It's his penis. You know, this is one of the few theories on this show where I can honestly say isn't really a theory. It's pretty much fact. But then you come to think that this is a kids show. And I don't think that they would intentionally have a character's penis be on his face in every single episode. Maybe then. So basically, yeah. You know, they were going to make an adult version of SpongeBob for like Spike TV or whatever. And if they did that, I'm pretty sure they would answer the question if Squidward's nose is a dick. So, people have always been joking around this. But when you look at actual marine biology, it makes a whole lot of sense for it to be a swan. So, yeah, I believe this theory to be true. It's practically a fact. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this mature episode of Animated Theory. And don't worry, next week we'll get back to the innocent SpongeBob theories. That nice, family-friendly, advertiser-friendly videos on of Animated Theory. I don't stink. With a creepy pasta! Captain's log, stardate, who gives a frick? CBS took down the video from last week because, well, I had a Star Trek parody in the opening, and apparently they didn't like it. So, I'm do the same thing for this one. Maybe they'll take it down. I don't know. Hopefully they won't. That would suck. It's finally time. It's finally time for the final video of SpongeBob month. It's been quite a road, but I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed this month. It's been quite an adventure. I mean, a lot of stuff happened. Yeah. Come to think of it, a lot of stuff happened last month, too. Just in general, a lot of stuff has been happening. So, anyway, let's go ahead and talk about something that I've been really looking forward to talking about. SpongeBob schizophrenia. The episode begins in SpongeBob's house. SpongeBob says something and then decides to kill Gary with a gun, although his body disappears. He then hears Squidward telling him to shut up. After hearing this, SpongeBob then kills Squidward. He goes to his house to grab some knives, and then he heads to Patrick's house. He kills him and puts a pentagram on his floor. And SpongeBob heads back to his house to see Squidward's head with his guts and brains out. His head crumbled to pieces with organs popped out. SpongeBob picks up the organs, and then he said, "I'm your Lord and Savior, Bikini Bottom." After saying this, he grabs a knife and kills himself. And then the episode ends. Okay, let's face it, you know the drill by now. This obviously isn't real. I mean, it shouldn't even be a question. This is all just good fun by now. the thing that I just want to say about this, that it feels good to talk about a creepypasta. It's been a while. It's like been almost a year since the last creepypasta video. But anyway, this is one of the most what the frick type of creepypastas that I've ever seen. I'm like, what does this have to do with schizophrenia? I mean, basically, SpongeBob just goes insane. Wouldn't call that schizophrenia. Or maybe it is schizophrenia and I'm just stupid. And also, is SpongeBob a child of Satan in this? Because I'm pretty sure that he is, judging by the story. Just to let you know that animation was not made for this video. It was actually made for Veilscub 94's Creepypasta Cartoons Volume 4. You should check it out. So, yeah. Anyway! Yeah. That was Creepypasta, and that was SpongeBob Month. I've had a lot of fun going over various different SpongeBob stories and theories, and just celebrating the show in general. Celebrating its 20th anniversary, dear God. Tomorrow, the show turns 20 years old, and I'm just gonna say, I hope Viacom doesn't take this video down! So, Dexter's Laboratory. One of Cartoon Network's earliest greatest hits. And yeah, it's a good show. I enjoy it. And as most people know, a lot of other people do too. Which is why there have been several fan theories about it. Or just this one theory, because this is the only Dexter's Lab theory that I've ever heard of. And it's a theory that's saying that Dexter cloned his entire family. So, the theory goes that Dee Dee was just screwing around in the lab one day, you know, making a ruckus like she usually does, and she ended up blowing up the lab. And therefore blowing up the house. Dexter was the only one who survived. But he managed to find DNA of his family. And since he was able to clone people in the past, he cloned his family. And he made them a bit dumb so that this really wouldn't happen. Made them pretty much just oblivious to there ever being a lab. Okay, so this theory kind of makes sense to why Dexter's family is so stupid and they don't notice the big freaking laboratory in Dexter's bedroom. But would Dexter really clone his family? I mean, there have been moments where he's tried to get away from his family on several occasions. And also, you do realize that he had to wipe their minds? Why would he need to wipe their minds if they're clones made by him? In the case of most theories, they probably just didn't see those episodes. Well, this was a bit of a short episode. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like, comment below, let me know if you agree with this theory, and subscribe so that you will always get more new episodes, and you get updated on whether SpongeBob, Rick, Mario, and all them will defeat those trolls. Captain's log, start date. You know what, screw it. I just want to warn you that you will once again see something that is very, very... Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. That was stupid. Ha, the glorious world of memedom. Who doesn't like some good old-fashioned juiciest of juicy memes? And one of the biggest types of memes out there that has come from an animated thing is Shreky Boy. Donkey! Shrek. So, there was a time where people took Shrek seriously as a legitimate good movie franchise. But then after his career movie, Shrek just fell apart, man. He just got destroyed. And he got resurrected by the glorious thing of memedom. And today, I'm here to answer the question: what the frick happened to Shrek? So today, we're going to look on how Shrek became a movie star to an internet star, being the king of memes. Not PewDiePie. PewDiePie's the destroyer of memes. Shrek is the king of memes. Alright, let's do this! In the year 1990, a man named William Steig released a book that he wrote named Shrek. When the book was released, a producer named John Williams noticed it and wanted to make it a movie. Wait, no, not that John Williams! This John Williams! God, freaking idiots! The film was the first animated movie to be produced at the newly formed DreamWorks SKG. And they managed to get Chris Farley to play the voice of Shrek. But the bad thing is, he died before he got to record all of his lines, so they replaced him with Mike Myers. Oh dear God, get that nightmare cat creature off of the screen! Woo! Thank God! I just had a Vietnam flashback! Anyway, when the film was released in 2001, people went crazy. Everyone loved it. And they thought it was hilarious on how it satirized Disney in every single place. It was pretty much just a big middle finger to the Mouse House. Probably due to the fact that the guy who runs DreamWorks' animation department also used to be the chairman at Walt Disney Studios. And people thought the same with the second one. They thought that it was even better. No, I love you. I love you. I love you. You're a good movie. What's that? You want me to just Uh, 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 uh. You didn't see anything. I was just, wiping off dust of the DVD. Yeah, that's totally what I was doing. Just wiping off dust. Yeah, just wiping it off. I haven't watched the movie in a while, so just wiping off the dust. I wasn't doing anything weird. I promise. I'm normal. When the third film was released, however, yeah, critics and audiences thought it sucked. They thought that, like, the fairy tale spoofs were getting old, and it just, the series was running out of steam. They were saying that it was pretty much like how Transformers or Alvin the Chipmunks or Pirates of the Caribbean. The movies that get worse and worse with each installment, and they just won't stop making them. It seemed to be like that for a while. And so, DreamWorks released the fourth Shrek movie, which they were going to release a fifth Shrek one as well. But, because of the negative reception that Shrek the Third got, they just decided to make the fourth one the final Shrek film. So they called it Shrek Forever After, with an alternate title being the final chapter, and the promos pushing it that this is the last movie. Oh, and also it had like a little montage in the end credits showing clips from all the movies, so yeah. Critics and audiences thought that it was a bit better than last time, but it still wasn't any good. After Shrek Forever After, the only thing that DreamWorks should really do with the Shrek franchise is for smaller projects like shorts and theme park rides, and focusing more on Puss in Boots by giving him his own movie and Netflix show. So now let's begin the story of Shrek's online popularity. The earliest sources of Shrek becoming this meme thing was in early 2010 when someone on DeviantArt released a comic of Shrek hooking up with Shadow the Hedgehog. Just why? Why Shadow the Hedgehog? Just sometimes I wished I've never heard of the internet. But hey, after this, Shrek just blew up a few years later. I believe that mainly has to do with a little poem turned YouTube video called Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life, about a 9-year-old boy who worships Shrek like a religious figure, and Shrek comes into his house one night and basically fills up the kid's butthole with his onion stick. Yeah. Now, these new Shrek memes most likely have to do with people just, paying tribute to the original Shrek movies and how they loved them when they were kids or younger or whatnot. And, yeah. It's understandable. Or they just think it's funny and they just want to screw around. And to be clear, DreamWorks have done other projects with Shrek after this whole internet dominance, but they have been smaller. And one of the big things about this whole Shrek meme is with the opening song for the first movie, All Star. I mean, so many freaking all-star memes, man. So many. Wow. And that, my friend, is the story on how Shrek became a movie star to an internet phenomenon. Now, if you excuse me, I am going to go pay a tribute to the greatest thing that has ever happened to the internet. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kinda dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, the years start coming, but they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules, gotta hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get the show on, get paid. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. It's a cool place, and they say it gets colder. You're bundled up now, wait till you get older. But the media man beg to differ, judging by the hole in the satellite picture. The ice we skate is getting pretty thin. The water's getting warm, so you might as well swim. The world's on fire, how about yours? That's the way I like it, and I never get bored. Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get the show on, get paid. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. Go for the mold. Go for the mold. Go for the mold. Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get the show on, get paid. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars. Somebody once asked, could I spare some change for gas? I need to get myself away from the space. I said, yep, what a concept. I could use a little fuel myself, and we could all use a little change. Well, the years start coming, but they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules, gotta hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine and you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get the show on, get paid. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold. The X-Men. Some of the most popular comic book characters of all time. And one of the biggest movie franchises ever made. And now the X-Men franchise is going to go even bigger. Since they will eventually be heading into the MCU, along with the Fantastic Four. Basically, we'll finally get a good Fantastic Four movie, and even more good X-Men movies. Hopefully another great one with, which can go alongside Deadpool and Logan. I just realized something. The X-Men movies are best when they're rated R. I've never seen Logan. I saw Deadpool 2, though. That's funny. Off topic. So, what we're going to be talking about today is... something that I'm pretty sure most comic book fans have asked for years. How do you kill Magneto? Now, I know what you all are thinking. But Velma, Magneto's a very powerful dude. How can you kill someone who was able to lift the Golden Gate Bridge with his hand? Without his hand. What can kill him? Well, the answer, my friend, is simple. Bullets. Let me explain. Now, there are 6 types of magnetism, but the one that we'll be focusing on today is ferromagnetism, which is pretty much what Magneto does. Pretty much gets everything that's like steel and iron. So, yeah. Which is how he's able to lift the Golden Gate Bridge and basically retract missiles. Now, here's the thing. Most bullets have lead in them. But here's the thing. In the first X-Men movie, Magneto stops a bullet. If he can't stop bullets, how is he able to stop that one? Well, if you look at real world facts, at nighttime, policemen use special nickel types bullets. So that's how he's able to stop it. So yeah. Magneto's greatest weakness is just a simple bullet. So yeah, Magneto can get killed by bullets. Can I stop doing this now? I need to get it out of space. Welcome to Animated Theory. Now, you might be wondering, what am I doing right now? Wow. I'm just trying out a new outfit. I mean, do you guys like this? I might start wearing this a lot in the videos, and yeah. But for real. Today we are going to be talking about one of the most popular comic book franchises outside of DC and Marvel. And that is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, the Turtles have been around for a long time. 35 years, in fact. So, and for all of the wee little ones out there, it makes you want to ask, could the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles be real? And keep in mind, we are going by actual facts in this video. We're not just making a whole bunch of crap up. This is based off of actual research. So, let's get things started.
In Central Park, there's a pond that has little turtles called, well, the Turtle Pond. And one of the turtles is a red-eared slider. Now, this turtle can live about 50 to 70 years. So, a teenage turtle can definitely live in that stuff. Alright, so we got the teenage part for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But before we get to like Mutant, Ninja, and Turtles, we already got Turtles, idiot. Let's get to the sewer. Now, since it was said that turtles can be found in the sewer system in New York, that makes this theory much easier to do. But in the live-action movies, the turtles don't seem to be living in the sewers. Well, they're living somewhere else underground. Somewhere near the subway system. It's still underground, so it counts. Now it's time for the ultimate question. Will they eat pizza? Yes. These type of turtles will eat just about anything. Anyway, now it's time we talk about the mutant side of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Hey, we talked about X-Men last week. Oh, and by the way, does anyone else find it extremely coincidental that I talked about 2 mutant-themed comic book superhero franchises in a row? Weird, right? Completely unintentional. Stupid car passing by, ruining the audio. In 1974, a nuclear power plant had toxic waste, or ooze as the people in the Turtleverse call it, was released from a nuclear power plant around New York. So it was like dead straight there to Manhattan. And some of it, or more, a lot of it, got into its sewer system. And this makes a lot of sense, because since this happened in August of 1974, it would make a lot of sense on how Splinter in the 1990 Ninja Turtle movie says that the turtles are 15 years old. Remember, the film was released in March of 1990. That would make them 15 years old. So, yeah. And here's the thing. Crime in New York started to go down around this time. Yeah. That is insane. So, here's a lesson to all of the 3rd graders watching. Your favorite talking turtles could exist. But, well, they might not be fighting ninjutsu or spouting cowabunga. They will still be teenage mutant turtles who like eating pizza in New York. Alright. Does this place look familiar to you people? Well, it should, because this is where I filmed the 6th ever episode of this show. So yeah. To make up for there not being many videos lately, I will give you 2 brand spanking new episodes of the animated theory. So, the first one we have today is about B-movie. Now, what type of theories could exist in B-movie? I mean, people in 2017 loved the crap out of it, so why am I making a video of it now? I don't freaking know. I just think this video would be really entertaining. And I've wanted to make this video for a long time. In fact, this isn't even the first time I've shot this video. This is about the 3rd time I've shot this. And they all took place in this location. So, anyway,
theory is that the film's main character, Barry B. Benson, is in fact the father of Freddie Benson from iCarly. Now, I know this sounds completely ridiculous, but here's the thing. Barry's love interest in B-Movie is played by the same actress who played Freddie's mom. In fact, we don't really know what Freddie's mom's name is, aside from, in fact, I think her name's Marissa, and yeah. Besides, the two of them look pretty similar, and people can change their names. I mean, is Barry's love interest named Marissa? I don't care. Anyway, the thing is that Barry and his love interest did the thing, and out came Freddy. So I don't think this is plausible, because iCarly is a show that's very grounded in reality. Yeah, and here's the thing. Let's assume that B-Movie takes place around the same time it was released. 2007. iCarly premiered in 2007. So, unless the show aired 15 years after B-Movie, or B-Movie was released 15 years before iCarly, couldn't work. I mean, but then again, it could take place before iCarly. I mean, we don't know that. So, for the sake of this video, let's say it takes place takes place 15 years before the events of iCarly. Now, even with that saying, shouldn't Freddy be like a human bee hybrid? You know, it's like the type of like Bee-Man by Harry Partridge, something like that. Still, iCarly is very grounded in reality. It is a sitcom. It's supposed to be pretty realistic. The only time where it wasn't really realistic was the April Fool's episode, but then again, that was an April Fool's episode, so it probably isn't even canon. So, yeah. That's the theory. I don't think it's true. So, yeah. I'm gonna go. Do any of you have more stupid theories about B-Movie? Let me know in the thing below. Yeah. Subscribe for more memes. And I love you as much as Jerry Seinfeld loves movies about bees loving humans. Okay, bye. Hello dear viewer. Welcome to, the video, and today we're going to be talking about, the Lion King. Yes, the Lion King, not the live action remake that just came out recently. No, we will actually be talking about the animated film, because I am a couple days late on this. I should have done this sooner. So, anyway, folks, yeah. Right now, we are going to be talking about a theory of the Lion King. So, and what we are going to talk about today is that one of the most disturbing theories ever made. I'm sitting on a comic book. This actually isn't a chair, it's a table that I'm sitting on. So,
like any good movie, there are theories about The Lion King. And, dear God, the theory is screwed up. The theory goes that, are Simba and Nala related?
Scar and Mufasa are the only adult males of the Pride Land. So, that would mean that Simba and Nala share some blood. Ew! I don't like it. Ew! Ah!
The evidence is there, guys. I mean, Scar and Mufasa are literally the only adult male lions there. So clearly, it all has to be one big family. Which makes it disturbing. Disney, why would you promote incest in one of your movies? That's nasty. Ew. I'm feeling disgusted just by talking about it. Which is why I'm going to end the video here. Subscribe for less incest. You think Game of Thrones? Hello, my beautiful people. So, that new Dora the Explorer movie came out recently, which got me thinking about Dora the Explorer, which got me thinking about the creepypasta. Yes, my friends, today we have another installment of dogs running across the house. But no, it's cartoon creepypasta. And of course, today we shall be looking at the Dora the Explorer creepypasta. Our story starts with a mom. Her daughter watched an episode of Dora the Explorer, and she was traumatized. The mom later decides to watch the episode. The episode begins with the regular theme song, except the Dora computer game just features Dora. She looks depressed, trying to smile, saying "Vamonos." Afterwards, the episode actually begins as a regular episode. Dora says, "Hola, I'm Dora," and a plush doll comes up. Well, the camera goes to a plush doll, says, and the plush doll says, "And I'm Boots." And Dora says, "We're gonna head to the big city." And we pretty much just approach regular characters from the show, except dark, horrifying, real-life versions of them. They encounter a homeless man, but Dora says that the homeless man is the grumpy old troll from the show. She says if the troll has any riddles. The homeless man says, "Why do you keep doing this to me every day?" Later on, in an alleyway, a homeless man comes up to Dora and says, "I'm gonna cut your throat." She then says, "Swipe or no swiping." And the man eventually pushes Dora. Eventually, Dora ends up in the big city. But the episode doesn't end with the regular "We Did It" song. It ends with Dora dead on a tree. Guts out, eyes popped out, fingers are blue. And then it says, "The Lord hath saved me from this world. Suicide is the answer." Well, I think that might have been one of the darkest ones I've ever covered on this. I guess it's kind of similar to the Blues Clues one I did a couple years ago, where it's mainly super dark simply because of the show that it's attached to. And this was a show that I watched a lot when I was a kid, and I was born 4 years after Dora the Explorer was a thing. So I guess you could say I was, as a stupid little kid, I was perfect for this show. So, yeah. Yeah. I definitely watched the show when I was a kid. I don't think it was that... I think it was as much as Blue's Clues, maybe. I also watched the spin-off, Go Diego Go, but we're not focusing on Diego. So yeah. It's screwed up, but I'm pretty sure we all want to see Dora just freaking dead. Well, the cartoon, not the film version. I like the film. It's a good movie. Y'all should check it out. Well, anyway. I'm not sure there are any more Nick Jr. creepypastas. Oh wait, there's a Max and Ruby one. Who knows, I might do that someday. Someone should make more Nick Jr. creepypastas. I mean, there's Blue's Clues, Dora. I might cover the Max and Ruby one soon, but... man. These are fun videos to make, so... yeah. The more crap, the merrier. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you later. Bye!
side, beautiful people. And DC, their movies are all over the place, both in quality and tonally. I mean, in Batman v Superman, they're dark. And Suicide Squad, they're all nice and fun. Oh, and nice neon. And in Wonder Woman, they're epic. And then, in Shazam, he's flossing. And then in Justice League, well, Avengers Light. And then, even in their TV shows, Robin's dropping F-bombs. But hey, at least the quality has gone up. Well, I feel like we can still fix that. This is going to be a bit of a different episode, because I'm going to be asking the question, could Crisis on Infinite Earths save the DCEU? For those of you who don't know, Crisis on Infinite Earths was this massive event comic made to celebrate DC's 50th anniversary. It pretty much featured every single Earth ever featured in the DC universe, and all of them are destroyed, and except for one. So, every single version of every single superhero in DC history has to save Earth. Yeah. I haven't read it. But this was the major introduction to the DC multiverse for many people. I mean, sure, it existed before, but not on a grand scale like this. So, what does this have to do with their tonally and quality inconsistent film franchise? Well, here's the thing. There are a lot of DC movies spanning decades, to the old Batman and Superman serials, to the Batman and 60s movie, and the Christopher Reeve Superman movies, to that cringy little Shazam crap that happened in the 60s, to the Wonder Woman TV show, to the old Flash show, to the new DCU movies, to the Tim Burton Batman movies, to the Joel Schumacher Batman movies, to the Green Lantern movie that came out in 2011, to the Dark Knight trilogy, to Superman Returns, to, what else? To V for Vendetta, to Watchmen, to Jonah Hex, to Steel, guys. There's tons of them. And that's just the live action stuff. Some of them weren't even movies, they're TV shows. And so, taking all of these properties and pushing them together in a movie centered around Crisis on Infinite Earths, I think would make for perfect. It would make loads of money. And here's the thing. It's been said that there's a multiverse in these movies by one of the heads who also wrote for the comics. Yeah. So that's why I feel like Crisis on Infinite Earths could save these movies. So what do you guys think? Do you think DC should go ahead and make a Crisis on Infinite Earths movie? Or should they just stop it with this whole cinematic universe thing? Let me know down in the comments. I personally think that this movie would be freaking awesome. And, you know, Maybe we could get a... Steel, V for Vendetta, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and The Losers. How about that? I'll see you later. Bye! It's just about that time of year again. The time of love, the time of giving, and the time of getting sick as frick. So yeah, I've been sick the last couple days. So I really been not feeling the urge to make videos, but it's late now. It's late. It's like 8 o'clock in the evening, and I've really want to make a Christmas episode this year. So I decided to make this one because it's more of like a niche Christmas thing. And I would save this for the next SpongeBob month coming next year. But the thing that this has to do with Christmas, of course. So pretty much I just want to know what exactly was the embarrassing photo of SpongeBob from the Christmas party. For those of you who don't know, in the Season 2 SpongeBob episode, The Secret Box, SpongeBob constantly trying to figure out what the frick is inside Patrick's special box, only to figure out that it was actually a string that was inside the box the whole time. But it turned out that the string in the box was only to open up the secret compartment to what was really in the box. An embarrassing photo of SpongeBob from the Christmas party. Now, fans all over social media had created their own photos to basically theorize on what it could possibly look like. Most of them are just unrealistic to be possibly, like, embarrassing for SpongeBob. However, there are a couple photos that are Christmas photos released officially by Nickelodeon. So let's take a look at them. Our first photo, of course, comes from the Christmas episode, Christmas Who. Now, we see this photo of SpongeBob crying that was taken from Squidward in the episode. Now, this photo doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for being embarrassing towards SpongeBob. Throughout the series, we constantly see him cry all the time. So, crying being embarrassing to him just, well, wouldn't really make sense since he's done it so many times in public. The other one being this shot of SpongeBob ripping his pants. Well, he surely does look embarrassed, but here's the thing. This isn't actually from the show. This is from a Nickelodeon Christmas bumper, which features a bunch of early 2000s era Nicktoons just at a Christmas party at the North Pole. And, well, they're elves. So since all the characters here are elves, I'm pretty sure that it's safe to say that these guys, this is not canon to their shows, let alone SpongeBob for this case. So what's the photo? I don't know. But wait a minute. I just realized something. I live with SpongeBob and Patrick. Oh my god. I can get the photo. I'll be right back. So it turns out it wasn't a photo of SpongeBob after all. It was just a photo of this piece of filth. Anyway, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate during this time. Happy holidays to everyone. Now, if you excuse me, I still got a few traditions that I tend to do during this holiday season that have not yet been done. I'll see you later. Bye!
There it is.
I love doing this every single Christmas.